Nobody that size plays safety. He's 6'4" and 220 pounds, and safeties are supposed to be quick and agile. He's too big for that. But 3 years in the league, he's already first-team All-Pro with a $100 million contract. He's the highest paid safety in NFL history. Everyone said he was too big for the position. 3 years later, he owns it. How'd that happen? This is Kyle Hamilton. So how'd he pull that off in just 3 years? Let me show you. Kyle Hamilton was born in Greece on March 16, 2001. His dad, Derek Hamilton, was playing pro basketball overseas at the time. Derek was bouncing around Europe trying to make a living. His wife's Korean. Their son got citizenship in both Greece and America before he could even walk. The family moved to Russia for a bit. Then they came back to the States. They eventually settled in Georgia. So Kyle grew up with this crazy mix. He had a Korean mom and a black dad. He was born in Greece, but raised in Atlanta. He played every sport he could get his hands on. He played basketball like his dad did. He had the genes for it. But he played football because he'd always been bigger than everyone else. And in football, that size helped him. He went to Marist School in Atlanta. He was a 4-star recruit. Every major program wanted him, but he picked Notre Dame in 2018. And that's where people started noticing something different about this kid. His freshman year hit in 2019, and he wasn't sitting on the bench. His first defensive snap at Notre Dame Stadium came against New Mexico. First quarter, the ball gets deflected. Hamilton reads it. He catches it at the 34-yard line. Then he's gone, straight into the end zone for a touchdown. Pick 6 on his first snap in front of the home crowd as a freshman. That's how you announce yourself. He played all 13 games that season. He racked up 41 tackles and 4 interceptions. They named him Freshman All-American. Fans were asking, how's a freshman safety doing this at Notre Dame? His sophomore year rolled around, and he was even better. He put up 63 tackles and 6 pass breakups. He was reading quarterbacks like he'd been doing this for 10 years. Coaches couldn't believe how fast he picked up the defense. He wasn't just playing on instinct anymore. He was studying film like a pro. Then his junior year hit in 2021. Everything changed in the worst way. He got a knee injury, the kind that makes you question everything. He was done after just 7 games. He'd put up 34 tackles and 3 picks before the season ended for him. Still got named All-American even in 7 games. That's how good he'd been when healthy. Most guys would have come back for their senior year. They'd get healthy and prove they were fine. But Hamilton didn't do that. He declared for the draft anyway. Now, here's where it gets wild. It's draft night in 2022. Everyone knows Hamilton's special. There are questions floating around. Everyone's worried about the knee. Will he be the same player? They're worried about his size. Can a guy that big really play deep safety in the NFL? Can he turn and run with receivers? Can he change direction fast enough? Pick after pick goes by and he's sliding down the board. Teams are overthinking it. Baltimore's sitting at number 14. Eric DaCosta, GM, can't believe what he's seeing. He'd say later, I never dreamed he would be there. It reminded him of when great players fell to Baltimore. The choice was easy. The Ravens took him 14th overall.
The Baltimore Ravens select Kyle Hamilton, defensive back, Notre Dame.
Hamilton signed a 4-year deal worth $16.25 million. The whole thing was fully guaranteed, and he had something to prove to all those teams that passed on him. His rookie year came, and he played 16 games. He started 4 of them. He put up 62 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 5 pass breakups. They named him to the all-rookie team. But here's what the Ravens saw in practice and on film. Hamilton wasn't just playing safety. He was lining up deep. He was dropping into the box. He was covering slot receivers. He was blitzing off the edge. And did I mention he's 6'4"? Chris Hewitt, one of the coaches, was watching this and thinking, what can this guy do? Then year 2 hit, and everything changed. It's week 3 against Indianapolis in the first half, and you need to watch what happens next. It's 2023 now. Week 3, the Colts come to Baltimore. First quarter, Gardner Minshew drops back, looking downfield. Hamilton's coming off the edge, and he's past the tackle in 2 steps. Minshew doesn't even see him coming. Hamilton drags him down for sack number 1. Next drive, Minshew's in the shotgun. The ball's snapped, and Hamilton reads the play before it develops. He's through the line before the guard can even react. Minshew goes down again. Sack number 2. 2 minutes left in the half. Minshew's scrambling now, looking for an escape route. Hamilton's flying across the field from the other side and runs him down from behind. Minshew's on the ground. Sack number 3. 3 sacks in 30 minutes. A safety just did that. That's the most by any Ravens player in a half in team history. It tied the NFL record for a defensive back in a single half. He's a safety doing things defensive linemen don't even do. The season kept rolling. Hamilton started 15 games that season. He put up 81 total tackles, 3 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 13 passes defended. They sent him to the Pro Bowl. They named him second-team All-Pro. PFF graded him out at 87.5 for the season. But it wasn't just about the stats. It was how he was doing it. There's this play against Cincinnati. Joe Burrow drops back to pass. Hamilton's showing deep coverage pre-snap. Burrow thinks he's got a window over the middle. The ball's in the air. Hamilton breaks on it like he knew exactly where it was going. He reads Burrow's eyes. He triggers on the throw. Hamilton picks it and takes it. How'd he know that was coming? This is the kind of instinct that separates good safeties from the Ed Reeds and Troy Palomalus of the world. It's that sixth sense that can't be taught. His teammates couldn't shut up about it. Patrick Queen, the linebacker, said this about playing with Hamilton. That guy is just different. It wasn't just Hamilton's play. It was how he ran the whole defense. Queen would be on the field and ask Hamilton what to do on certain calls. Hamilton knew every position. Hamilton wasn't just playing his position. He was running the whole secondary. And he was doing all of this at 6'4" and 220 pounds. His arms hang down to his knees. That's not supposed to work at safety. You're supposed to be smaller and faster and more agile at that position. But he's got linebacker size with free safety instincts. And he wasn't just a safe tackler either. He was a big hitter who scared offenses. Hewitt called him out for what he really was. I think Kyle is a unicorn. He's a one of one. You don't see many guys who are 6'4", who can run and change direction the way he does. He's got it all. He's a different player, and he's very unique. Word got out fast. They were calling him a unicorn. But here's the thing. A lot of players can do a bunch of things okay. Hamilton could do everything great. So year 3 hits. Week 11 hit, and they moved him to safety full-time. He became their last line of defense. Everything clicked. The final 7 weeks of the season, the Ravens' defense allowed just over 15 points a game. Hamilton was the missing piece. This is where Hamilton completely took over. He started all 17 games that season. He put up 107 tackles, with 77 of them being solo stops. He added 2 sacks, 9 passes defended, and 1 interception. They named him first-team All-Pro. Multiple outlets named him that. Pro Football Focus rated him a top 3 safety in the league. And here's what made him impossible to game plan for. You couldn't just say, let's avoid Hamilton, because where was he going to be? One play he'd be 15 yards deep playing center field. The next play he'd be in the box, stopping the run. The next play he'd be covering big targets man-to-man. The play after that, he'd be blitzing through the A-gap. He could cover slot receivers one-on-one and stay with them step for step. He could play the deep half and close on throws in a blink. He could read screens and blow them up before they started. DaCosta had said it earlier, and he was right. I think one of the things you love about Kyle is he's kind of a unicorn. He can do many different things. He does them all very well. He can be used in a lot of different positions. There's this game against Cleveland. It's 3rd and 7. The Browns are in the red zone. Hamilton's showing blitz before the snap. Watson sees it. They snap the ball, and Hamilton drops into coverage instead. Watson's looking to his right. He thinks he's got his tight end open over the middle. Hamilton jumps the route like he'd seen the play call. The pass falls incomplete. The next drive comes around. It's the same situation. 3rd down and scoring position. Hamilton shows coverage this time before the snap. Watson thinks he knows what's coming. They snap it, and Hamilton's suddenly bringing the heat. He's flying through the line. He gets to Watson in just 2.3 seconds and brings him down for a sack. How do you block that? How do you prepare for a guy who can do everything at an elite level? You can't do it. Pass rushers can be double-teamed. Corners can be avoided. Hamilton game plans against you. Off the field, he was doing the same thing. In 2024, the Ravens drafted this rookie corner in the 1st round, Nate Wiggins.
The Baltimore Ravens select Nate Wiggins, defensive back.
The kid was only 20, couldn't even legally drink yet. He made a mistake in practice one day. Hamilton was talking to reporters later that week. Someone asked him about being patient with young guys. Hamilton said this: "He can't even drink yet. If he gives up a bad play, you gotta have that in the back of your mind. He can't have a Mike's Hard Lemonade." He was mentoring these young guys with a sense of humor. He was leading the defense, and he was only 3 years in himself. But he carried himself like a 10-year vet. Malachi Starks was another rookie safety who was watching Hamilton every single day in practice. He said this about Hamilton: "There's levels to this thing, and he's at the very top of the top." Then 2025 came around, and it was contract year. Baltimore knew what they had. Hamilton was about to reset the safety market. Every team in the league was watching. If the Ravens didn't lock him up, someone else would throw stupid money at him. They signed him to a 4-year extension worth $100.4 million. The deal had $82 million guaranteed. more guaranteed money than any safety had ever gotten. He became the highest paid safety in NFL history. He was drafted 14th overall. 3 years later, he became the richest safety who ever played. From questions about his knee to questions about how much money it would take to keep him, and he'd earned every single penny of it. Hamilton didn't just become a good safety. He changed what the position could be in the modern NFL. He does everything at an elite level, and he makes it look easy. Hewitt said it best when he talked about what Hamilton brings. I told you from my first presser, I told you that he was going to be a Pro Bowl level player. He does everything. He covers, he blitzes, he tackles. There's nothing that kid can't do. Don't let the baby face fool you. He'll try and rip your face off. 3 years later, he's the elite standard at the position. Nobody that size is supposed to dominate at safety. But Kyle Hamilton didn't listen to what was supposed to happen. He just went out and broke the whole position.